want to quickly introduce and do a few recognitions here. The host of this program is the Dean of the Faculty himself, Professor Jimoh Ofanide. Please come to the high table. Professor Akinloye Jimoh Ofanide. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the chief host is here, the Vice Chancellor of Africa's most beautiful campus, west of Sahara, north of Limpopo, Professor Simeon Adebayo Ire Kabiti Bamire. You can do much better. For somebody leading the university, which architectural masterpiece and horticultural excellence is never in doubt. The Vice Chancellor, sir. Distinguished guests, we have here the guest lecturer. Looking at the guest lecturer, I'm pleased to know him, and I'm happy that he's here in person. He's a Vice Chancellor of Ajayi Crowther University from the ancient city of Oyo in Oyo State. Welcome here, Professor Timothy Adebayo. Then there is somebody I would like to appreciate and invite to the high table. He's done a lot for the faculty. He's done a lot for the university. He's done a lot for the Nigeria as a nation. He's done a lot for the continent of Africa. He graduated from the Faculty of Agriculture, and anywhere this man goes, you see the banner of ambassadorial excellence of Oba Awan University, both in words, in conduct, and in action. God's time is the best, and we believe that the Lord will crown all its efforts with grandiloquent success as time goes by, because we'll be much happier to have such a person as the first indigene of the state of Osun or Osun State here. Whichever way you want, please pick your choice. By the grace of God, is the chairman of this occasion. I wouldn't want to read his citation here. Is the chairman of Mutual Benefit Assurance Limited, and his name is Akeoma Akeogumbi. I want to come forward here. Ushers. That's the chairman of this occasion. You can do much better for him, please. Mr. Vice Chancellor, let me say that we shall be doing the introduction in phases here. But please permit me to recognize the awardees here who are respected and respectable indigenes of this country. Yes, but they are of international standing. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the Faculty of Agriculture, Ajayi Crowther University of Oyo, is a product of the Faculty of Agric, was also a Deputy Vice Chancellor. It's a pity there are no channels, AIT or TVs here. They were here yesterday. I will have told them to ask all these Vice Chancellor, what are the botanical things that you did that made all of you who are deputies to become chief fertilizer known. Put your hands together for all of them, please. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to formally introduce to us here the awardees of today. And I must say loud and clear that all the awardees, particularly all the awardees are fantastic and fantabulous. There is this young man I would like to introduce to us, one of the awardees here. When he was a doctor and a reader, he performed excellently, academically, morally, psychologically. He treated his students as they were his own children. I don't know the difference between his name and the word in English, Clemens. And by the grace of God, he performed so many things, so many wonders that for 2 consecutive years, his research works appeared in the university calendar, wall calendar of the university. I'm not surprised that he's now the Vice Chancellor of Osho State University, Professor Clement Adeboye. My VC, sir, please stand up from there. Stand up. I hold the microphone. Come and sit down here. Put your hands together for him. The chairman, sir. This is the first time I'm seeing a vice chancellor going somewhere to receive awards and the members of the union of his university will follow him. Let that cordiality continue. And of course, Mr. Vice Chancellor, I still have yet another enigma. He combined so many positions and he didn't fall sick for a single day. The chairman of the farm, he was also the chairman security committee of the university. He would move up and down and he never grew lean. He appeared athletic and he was the deputy vice chancellor before the Lord appointed me the vice chancellor of First Technical University Ibadan. I'm talking of no less a person than a first-class material of the Faculty of Agriculture, Professor Shola Ajayi. Please stand up from there. Come here. Professor Bamere, our VC, will explain some things to us, essentially. Internship, Profiribe. The 2 vice chancellors seated together are from the same department. And if you observe the 2 of them very closely, they are almost of the same height. You know, at times, OAU has funny ways of doing things. Everything will just be falling in place. And that is why we normally say that OAU graduates, OAU lecturers, and students, we are trained to dominate our environment. Give it to us once again. That's a very good one. And of course, from the same faculty, another awardee, an academic of international standing, a man of virtue, valor. There are only 2 letters. His name has been in existence from the pre-biblical age, but I don't know which one is on. We have 1 Timothy and we have 2 Timothy. I'm talking of the Vice Chancellor of Ajayi Crowther University of York, Professor Timothy Adebayo. The same department. The same department. VC, that department crop, and anyway, don't let me say it. Another awardee is here. He was formerly head of the department, then the dean of the faculty. The only vice chancellor whose personal motto is in Yoruba indigenous language. If you are frowning, if you are in trouble, if you are in distress, if you are in depression, and you see him on the corridor, he will not ask you to come and meet him in the office. He will solve your problem there and then. He was the deputy vice chancellor academic of this university. And when people, the unions will go to him. Oga, management the Chile Funwa say, Emaori, what can we do? Eduko. They will sit with him. He will explain in English. He will explain in Yoruba. I've not been around any time he explains some things to them in botanical terms. But he will just, by the time you see people coming out, they will be smiling. And it's like, Professor Simon Adebayo Bamire. Ladies and gentlemen, there is somebody here, is a professor. He also looks highly athletic. He was the dean of the faculty between the year 2019 to 2021. It's one of the awardees too. I also think at times when you see him, he's backing you and he's moving, you think he's a PG student. Professor, okay, Adekunle, what are you? Prof, please come from that place, come and sit down here. The same department. VC, the same department. Okay. The same department. Okay. And of course, there is this youngster. She's also one of the awardees here. And I think I must give honor to her as well. Award of Excellence for Internship Student with highest score in Agric 400. Miss Angela Lua Blessing Adekola. What are you? My dear, please come. Now please come and sit with the dean. Mr. Vice Chancellor, when that lady was going, I was observing Professor. You look like the groom. She looks like the bride. And the members of the act table look like officiating ministers. Put your hands together for me, ladies and gentlemen. As for wedding law, Mr. Vice Chancellor, permit me to recognize a student here. Before this hall became filled up like this, I was forced to call her, and she said she was mobilizing her colleagues from the department. She was even tendering an apology from the phone. Funke Adeleke, where are you? Please put your hand together for this lady. Emma Binu Atimba, Monta láti mobilize ni. Thank you very much. You will live much longer. And you too will be celebrated. Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, just to underscore the importance attached to this program, we have here the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration. a man who is a polyglot. But for the sake of this garden, in fact, he was the first-class graduate of his department. Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Yomi Daramola. There are two things I want us to take away from here. You will see that the Vice Chancellor and the DVC were putting on two different attires. One in English, the other one in native. Professor Shola Ajayi and Professor Clement Adeboye, one in native, one in English attire. And that shows to us that where we have two effects, they always dramatize the motto of our university, which is for learning and culture. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to recognize the Deputy Vice Chancellor of, my brother, my friend that wrote this is a PR of Osun State University, but he is used to writing in medical handwriting. DVC A and D. Admin, okay, Professor Afiz Adefemi Bello. Mr. Vice Chancellor, permit me to recognize my mentor, a man who combines religious piety with administrative excellence with solid human relations. Easygoing, unassuming. By the grace of God, is the registrar of Osun State University, Alhaji Gafar Adebayo Shitu. Sallallahu ala nabiyina kareem. Tabeel. We have the Honorable Minister for Finance, who is the bossa. I don't know why Adeboye brought the bossa. Faculty of Agric, there is no excuse for the VC Union Osun. The person that will sign the check is here. So the DVC is here, the registrar is here, management meeting Tipari, so they can sign for you. Isabella Feruke. And of course, I have the Provost, College of SETS, Professor Israel Oyewale. The Provost, College of Agriculture, Professor Patience Fakolade. The Provost, College of Management and Geosciences, Professor Ayodeji Ilesami. The Dean of Faculty of Law, Dr. Nazar. Dean Faculty of Computer, Professor Kele Bakambi. Dean Student Affairs, Dr. Akindele Juliana. Director Quality Assurance, Professor Amos Popola. Director Entrepreneurship Center, Dr. Adepeju Adegun. Deputy Director Academic Planning, Dr. Olufemi Abanikonda. I love that name. Abanikonda, Ekanle Mokuta, Ero Ibiti Ero, Ero Jasi Funwa. Acting Director Internal Audits, Mr. Adenrele Adewumi. Acting Director Intercampus and Publications, Dr. Toyese Daunsi. The Chairman of NASU and all NASU members, Comrade Dada Kumi. Yes, a we have Jack led by the Chairman, Comrade Isaiah Fayemi. All members of SANU led by Comrade Ogoyemi. All members of NAT led by Comrade Ayedun. And of course, my brother Ademola, stand for recognition where you are. Put your hands together for this young, promising enigma. No, you can do much better for him. I know what I'm talking about. He contested that position with 13 others and emerged the best overall. Thank you. Mr. Vice Chancellor, we have here the Chairman of the Committee of all the Deans we have in this faculty. He's from the medical College of Health Sciences here. He is the Dean of the Clinical Sciences, but I'm praying by the grace of God before we finish this program, or until we finish this program, even after this program, sir, you will not have cause to practice your enterprise here. Nobody will fall sick, no emergency. I'm talking of the Chairman Committee of Days, Professor Ashwande. So you won't go to your car and bring stethoscope. Mr. Vice Chancellor, we have one of our academic elders here, a two-term Dean, Faculty of Education, and former Chairman Committee of Deans himself, Professor Kayode Alau. Mr. Vice Chancellor, with due respect, permit me to recognize a brother and a friend here, a man who is sound, solid, one of the principalities and powers here. He is here to making sure that nobody, that all of us is safe. He's the Chairman, Security Committee, a capitalist to the core, Professor Roku Akefala. Stand up, properly, let us see you. Kilam for Bakbe, Oba Balashe. You don't know that song except Aja. We have His Majesty here. I've been told he's the best farmer of the year, Faculty of Agriculture Board. He's the Ojomo of Ajiro Land in Ajiro Community, Etiosa Local Government of Lagos State. His Royal Majesty Obatijani Akinloye, Saturday the 2nd. Yes. You don't clap in you and you can clap for that, but here you say clap and see. Like I say, Akiko Bani Bore, Akiko Bani Joko. Shall we say clap and see again? Eshu, Ejoko. My name is Abiodun Olarewaju. I'm the PR of this university to the glory of God. Permit me to now call on the Dean of the Faculty. Just like I said that I shall be doing this introduction in phases, we recognize all the elders of the Faculty of Agriculture, all the deans of other faculties that are present. We shall do the recognition one after the other as time goes on. The Dean Faculty of Agric, please come and officially welcome all of us to this your program, the 12th edition in the series of the Faculty of Agriculture. Let me see your reactions to that. Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My Vice Chancellor, Professor A.S. Bamire, the Vice Chancellor, Osun State University, Professor Adeboye Clement Odunayo, the Vice Chancellor, First Tech University, Ibadan, Professor Sola Ajayi, Vice Chancellor, Ajayi Crowther University, Professor Timothy Abiodun Adebayo. The chairman of the day, my brother, Dr. Akin Ogunbuyi. The royal father of the day, His Royal Majesty Oba Tijani Akinloye, ably represented by Prince Omisore. Davis Administration, Professor Daramola, Yomi Daramola, the Dean of Obafemi Awolowo University, Professor O.A. Sowande, the past deans of Faculty of Agriculture, Professor A.A. Amuson, Professor D.J. Oyedele, Professor S.M. Odeyinka, and Professor O.K. Adekunle. The former Chairman Committee of Dean, Professor Alao, principal officers from Osun State Universities, the principal officers of Obafemi Awolowo University, the Royal Majesty in our audience, professors and colleagues in the faculty, and the representative, our colleague from IRNT, my students, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to this 12th Faculty Annual Lecture. I'm highly delighted to welcome you all to the Faculty Week Lecture presentation, which happens to be the second major event of the 12th Annual Faculty of Agriculture celebration. Faculty of Agriculture, our own upper campus, is one of the 4 foundation faculties of the University of Ife in 1962. The faculty has transformed over 6 decades from a single degree to 6 degrees awarding faculty as at 1996. The faculty now have over 3,000 undergraduate and postgraduate students in 6 departments, which are agricultural economics, animal sciences, crop production and protection, soil science and land resources management, consumer sciences, and hospitality management. One of the foremost research institutes in Nigeria, affiliated with the faculty since 1969, is the Institute of Agricultural Research and Training, IIR&T, More Plantation, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ibadan, operating 7 research mandate programs. The 12th Annual Faculty Lecture is the second major event after the first international conference, which has just ended yesterday, Wednesday, 10th May 2023, with many success stories as part of the 12th Faculty Agricultural Week celebration. Apart from the successes recorded from the keynote speech, symposium, and 115 papers presentation at the conference, one laudable success story is the donation of 5 million naira by the keynote speaker, Dr. Murtada Adeyemi Adeniji, Managing Director, Stanley Global and ID Limited, Lagos, for the establishment of a nursery farm where 3 crops commodity seedlings for cocoa, cashew, oil palm, plantain, and banana sucker will be produced. The provision of the nursery facilities is targeting training of our internship students and other potential trainees, youth and retirees on commercial nursery farming, and for the generation of revenue for the funding of faculty teaching, research, and community services. The week celebration will be rounded up with alumni homecoming on the 12th May, that is tomorrow, 2023, featuring 3 events: tour of the Faculty of Agriculture Teaching and Research Facility, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Alumni meeting for setting agenda for faculty academic development, 3 to 5 p.m. Dinner and award presentation to 7 graduating sets and 2 alumni who have given back to the faculty in form of renovation of teaching and research facilities. Others that have given back to the faculty will be honored in the nearest future. The conception and the actualization of all these events is part of my academic development agenda for the faculty to take faculty to the next level of research and development, R&D. The theme of this year's faculty lecture is setting agenda for entrepreneurship training, research and community services for rural development in Nigeria amid global challenges, which I learned yesterday night has been modified by the guest lecturer to read Back to the Roots on the need for repatriating entrepreneurship and development to the rurality village. To me, the two themes concerned are concerned about production of new entrepreneurship knowledge and skills, young agripreneurs, and technology for agricultural and community development through new agenda. Today, 6 people will be recognized and honored immediately after the faculty lecture. 1, Anjola Blessing Adekola, matric number SLM 2016-009, will receive the Best Internship Student Award in recognition of our outstanding performance and Best Students in AGR 400 Personal Plot Farm Project in 2021-2022 farm year. 2, Professor O.K. Adekunle, Excellent Performance Award as Dean of Faculty of Agriculture 2019 to 2021. And 3, Distinguished Faculty Ambassador Awards, A, to Professor A.S. Bamire, Vice Chancellor of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. B, Professor O.C. Adeboye, Vice Chancellor, Osun State University, Osogbo. C, Professor S.A. Ajayi, Vice Chancellor, First Tech University, Ibadan. And D, Professor T.A. Adebayo, Vice Chancellor, Ajayi Crowther University, Oyo. This award will be given, or is given, in recognition of their leadership strive and achievement in their respective institutions. 3 things that are very unique about the 6 awardees are commitment to hard work, loyalty to the system where they work, and go-getter for the best. The faculty is very proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of today, Dr. Akin Ogunbuyi, the CEO, Mutual Assurance Benefits PLC, Nigeria, is also a notable alumnus who has distinguished himself as icon of insurance, business, farmer, and seasoned politician in Nigeria. Because of his passion for academic development, he has given birth to the faculty severally by painting the 3 faculty buildings 15 years ago. Renovation of the faculty library and sponsorship of the faculty annual lecture consecutively for 5 years. This year, he has donated 1 million naira towards the faculty celebration events. What suits me most and that makes me happy is my discussion with him during my visit to his office in Lagos and his promises to mobilize resources towards painting the faculty building again by the year 2023. Thank you very much. And to reactivate and re-energize the weakened faculty-alumni relationship. His own award is slated for tomorrow during the alumni dinner night. Thank you, sir. Myself and my family are praying fervently for you, sir, and you will be favored by God to fulfill your promises. Ladies and gentlemen, this faculty lecture is supported by people and institutions like African Center of Excellence and Oak Knowledge Park, AC Oak Park, Engineer Larry Adeleke, the CEO, Peculiar Concern Limited, Ileogbo, Dr. Akin Ogunbiyi, CEO, Mutual Assurance Benefits, PLC, the VC First Tech U University, Ibadan, VC Osun State University, Osogbo. And I want to appreciate our Royal Father who has sent a check to be announced by the representative later. And I'm also grateful to the 88 sets who was discussed with me that they are going to initiate the removal of the drainage pipe that is making the faculty building leaking and mobilize resources from others to do the project. Incidentally, the guest lecturer is one of them, belongs to that set, and we will listen to him when he's going to address us. I must thank the Vice Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, Professor K.O. Bakari, Chairperson, Faculty Week Lecture, LOC, and our team, Professor Oseni and his team, for organizing this lecture. I cannot but thank and congratulate all my colleagues as faculty members for their support and successes recorded so far. Thank you very much. Lastly, my sincere appreciation goes to the Vice Chancellor, Professor A.S. Bamire, who is Chief Host for this event and committed member of the Faculty Board of Agriculture. I also appreciate the principal officers of the university, deans and directors in the university for honoring our invitation. Lastly, I want to appreciate my wife who was making the home front suitable for me and comfortable. Who has made the home front convenient for me and to deliver. Thank you very much. I welcome you all to the Upper Campus Faculty of Agriculture. Thank you all for coming.
Professor Varinde, you're not there. You see, there is a way men do things. When a woman is doing gara-gara, and the man will just say, Chieni, okay, my dear, I'm sorry. For some days now, Egbon will be keeping late nights, will not be coming because of this program. And Mama will be complaining. Now, for her to see that this is what her husband is doing, and the husband appreciates her openly before the Vice Chancellor. Kilotoku. And on his behalf, we want to appreciate all the students who are here. Great well. Nobody will appreciate you. Are you married or engaged? Mr. Vice Chancellor, with the kind permission of the chairman of this occasion, permit me to recognize our royal father. Mr. Vice Chancellor, in Osun State, among the royal fathers in their listing, Idowu Salami told me that we have more than 67 royal fathers who are graduates of Ife. So we are indeed OAU, Oba Awon University. Kábíyèsí Bọ́rọ̀wáyé of His Royal Land, His Royal Highness Ọba Adelekan Tajudeen. I'm not going to say that Kábíyèsí stayed in Namu Hall when he was there. Ẹgbẹ́ mi ṣe Kábíyèsí. When you say great affair, you think somebody is copying somebody. But Kábíyèsí added articulately to tell you that Ajawambinio. And of course, Olu of Iloba Town, His Royal Highness Ọba Ifeoluwa Ejitilo. You will listen to voices today, and I like that. Thank God my visit is here. Olu of Kajola Town, His Royal Highness Oba Akinola Adebayo. Kábíyèsí in Sarawa. Kábíyèsí in Sarawa. But say somebody that graduated from UI. Ever ṣe Kábíyèsí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí o. Mr. Vice Chancellor, with due respect, I want to call on you to please address this gathering as the chief host.
Thank you very much, PRO. Yeah. I just wanted to check on the time. Good morning, everyone. I really want to welcome everyone to this great university in the name of the Almighty God. And thank Him also for granting us this day as planned. I want to say that here with the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Garamola. Thank you very much. He had to stay behind because there are so many official engagements all around here. But he had to stay around to ensure that at least he stays with me while others are still facing some other official assignments all around. So thank you once again. I want to recognize our vice chancellors that are here from various universities that had their roots from this very university, particularly from this great faculty, Faculty of Agriculture. Professor Clement Adeboye, the Vice Chancellor, Osun State University. Thank you very, very much. We always appreciate you. And we thank God for what He's been doing in your life, what He has done and what He's still doing. You are, and we thank God that you are also our image maker in various ways. God will continue to enrich you in knowledge, understanding, and all that you need be able to grow more and more. The Vice Chancellor, First Technical University now, Senator Ajimobi, Abiola Ajimobi University. Thank you very much. We appreciate God in your life as well in that university, even as it stands on. I wish you all the best. You've been doing well, and you are projecting us very well as well. Thank God. I recognize Professor Timothy Adebayo. I hope also here. See, we are very lucky. Thank you very much. It's actually not a coincidence that you have been called to be the guest speaker today. It's just to demonstrate that, yes, we are everywhere and will continue to occupy spaces. Thank you very much for finding time to come in spite of your various very busy schedules. Let me say here that you are just seeing 4 of us being vice chancellors almost at the same time. But I want to tell you that in general, for OAU, we distribute vice chancellors all about. The current vice chancellor of UNILAG is an alumnus of this great institution. The vice chancellor, Unilorin, is our own. We have the vice chancellor of Mrs. Irioye. What's the Achievers University? The vice chancellor of King's University there. So we are distributors. We'll continue to distribute. So just let us continue in that light. And no long you see us occupying all spaces around the world. So I want to thank God for this. It's not something that is just coming out of the blues. It's coming out of the fact that Ife is really great. So when sometimes we joke over some things that we don't know what's really happening in the spiritual world concerning us. When we call ourselves Oba Amwa University, it's not taken lightly. It's something that is really radiating around in various areas. And we want to thank God for that. The PRO, record that very well. Yeah. Before the end of the year, you see the marvels of God concerning all this. Now, I want to recognize the chairman of this great occasion, in person of my brother, my friend, my guide. In fact, he's been so good to us, generally. And I don't know even how to describe him any longer. He's done so well that you begin to marvel that this same person all the time. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very, very much, sir. You see, he's not a small man, no, but you see him. The way he does his things, in a very, very simple way. He will just tell you, what are the problems that you have? And I say, well, I don't normally like telling him most of the problems. I'll just tell him, well, we are managing ourselves. He say, no, there must be one thing or the other. So let's know. And by the time you tell him, if you tell him 18 or 4 million, he will shoot it up to 20 million. So, he did one thing that was so good that I've not seen done in any university. That a person, his group, will come and paint the entire university, the entire faculty of agriculture building. See how big that building is. In and out. Spending a huge sum of money. And thereafter coming up again to convert our small reading room into a faculty library standard. If I have to tell a small story that brought up the conversion, it will be funny to you. Because we just went to greet him. And we just went to appreciate him based on what he did, you know, by painting the entire faculty. And he was now asking questions again. What else do you need? We don't need anything. We just came to appreciate you. And he forced us to say something. And we just said, okay, we have a reading room that we want to upgrade. He said we should go and cost it. We came back. We were all trying to look for small things that just be economical. We didn't want to affect him at all. Then we sent a bill of 3 or 4 million to him. Then he sent his men to come and check the place. When they came, they said, you want to belittle this man? What are you trying to do? They were the ones that were now saying there should be standing AC here, there should be laptop here, there should be shelf here. By the time they accumulated the entire thing, it was over 7 million. And he came with the team. He came with all the materials from Lagos. We were surprised. And the entire thing was just up within a very short time. Thank you very, very much, sir. That's not the only thing, though. He sponsored our faculty lecture for 5 years. Even before I came in, he was the one doing that. And thereafter, he continued in that line. Now he's sponsoring again the sum of 1 million. Thank you very much, sir. This is a person that does not even limit it to himself. He also calls on friends. I remember the time he went there, called on Professor Pat, who told me also, donated a sum of 1 million naira to the faculty. So you see, we have people who have passion. They have passion for, and this is the likes of our alumni. We are always appreciative of all our alumni for the way they do their things. Very passionate at any point in time. You see them ready to donate something. And so, well, I'm believing, God, that the Lord himself will enrich you and get your desires met as expected. My greetings to Madam. I was expecting her because we are always like this. I suspect you have sent her to somewhere else because of your very busy schedule. You are welcome. Our royal fathers in the house, thank you very much. Kábíyèsí, ẹ káàbọ̀ ẹ ṣé o. Ọlọ́run máa fẹ́ràn yín, Ọlọ́run ní fi yín sílẹ̀ o. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gan. I recognize the Ajiran Ojomu of Ajiran land, who is the father of the day, royal father of the day, and who is represented by my good friend, Dr. Segun Omishore. You're welcome, sir. It's good to see you, and I want to welcome you with your friend. Thank you very much. I want to recognize, yes, our Dean, the Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture. Congratulations. You have done so very, very well. We thank God that just like I said, was it yesterday or day before yesterday, that the tenure did not fizzle out without you having this international conference that is taking place now. Because it's always very, very important as a record-making event, and which pulls a lot of people from various areas into the faculty and the university at large. So congratulations on that. I also want to recognize our provosts, our council members that are here. Professor Edele, I saw him, okay, thank you very much. Dr. Aide, thank you very much, you are welcome. Our provost, College of Health Sciences, the provost of the postgraduate college, the deans of the various faculties with their heads here. We have the chairman, committee of deans. Oh, great. So the deans are all here. We have 13 deans, and there's a chairman for all those deans. Chairman, you have to stand up for recognition so that they know that you bear the weight of being a chairman. Thank you very much. So representing all the deans, thank you for all you've been doing. I give recognition to all professors here present, all heads of the departments, all director, internal audit. Thank you very much. Thank you. You are welcome. Thanks for coming. I recognize all the professors within the university and from various areas within the university. I want to congratulate members of the faculty in general, staff and students for this occasion. I also want to recognize all that came with my friend from Uni Osun. The union members, you are all appreciated. Thanks for coming up. I appreciate our students. Thank you. Thank you for all you've been doing, and thanks for coming up on this program to knowing what is happening within the faculty and within the university as well. Conferences like these are really very, very important for us to be able to harmonize all that we've been doing within the various years and to be able to now project on what next is to be done. Incidentally, the conferences are always associated with some appreciations. And I think that is what we are trying to do today. Appreciating people and trying to place them in terms of what they've done over time. And so I want to recognize all the awardees of today, including myself. I want to thank you. I want to thank the faculty for the recognition. And I want to say that it's actually a basis for one to continue to move ahead. There's no easy time. There's no time one can say that, yes, you have to relax. There's no relaxation period. But I believe that the essence of all is to continually move the system forward. So I want to thank everyone for coming and wish you all the best as we go through all the various programs that remain of this conference session. Welcome and thanks again.
Thank you very much. If you are a staff of the university here and you've not collected your May salary, put your hands together much louder for the Vice Chancellor. On this note, we want to move on a faster lane now. I call on Professor Amujuyegbe to please come forward to read the citation of the guest lecturer. Great Ife. That's too low. That's too low. Great Ife. Articulate Ife. You are welcome. May I call on our special guest and our lecturer of today, Professor Odu Adebayo, to just please move forward and stand here. Please, a hand of applause. I'm here today to read the citation of the guest lecturer, where every protocols have been established, and I stand on that existing protocol. During a Christmas day, when everyone were preparing pounded yam and a shapa soup for a Christmas celebration, a baby came to the family of Joshua and Eunice Adebayo at SRK in Iloro Street. And then they were celebrating Christmas and they were welcoming a baby in 1962. And here is that baby today. From there, you know those days before you go to primary school, you have to stretch your hand to your ear. Unfortunately, this guy standing here stretched his hand through his head, and when his hand was able to touch the other side of the head, he went to primary school in 1966. And from there, gradually, before going to secondary school, there was this special school that many of you did not know about, that is called modern school. I went there also to test the academic activity of those days. And that was 1976. And later, in 1981, he finished all manner because he was climbing the ladder gradually and came to this university. Then it was called University of Ife. So he was admitted into University of Ife in 1983 into the Department of then Plant Science. And today that department is called Department of Crop Production and Protection. That was in 1988. And in 1990, he graduated, served, and went through those pathological steps in the department. And those days, I remember in 1990, two or three of us were the only master student in that department. And then we normally call him Odu. That's where the name, in fact, today when I was describing somebody called Odu, I had somebody calling me downstairs. Dele, he was also Ramileyi, and that's him standing here today. And Professor Adebayo received that degree, B. Agric, Plant Science in 1988, had his master's in Plant Science 1990, and in 2022 had his PhD
in plant science from the same department. And then, at that time, he was engaged in undergraduate activity, training, laboratories handling, until his supervisor took him to LAUTECH in 1990. From 1990, he climbed the ladder, and at that time, eventually he became the chairman of internship committee of LAUTECH, and became eventually the chairman of the all manner of committees in that university till 2003, when he became an associate professor. And after that, he became the deputy vice chancellor, and later was crowned and announced to become a full professor in 2006. Just clap for God for him. This man standing here served meritoriously in different capacities at LAUTECH, and eventually was employed as the vice chancellor of Ajayi Crowther University in Oyo. Today, he had more than 100 published articles, has written more than 10 books. He has attended several conferences, both locally and internationally, and he's married with children to Professor Mrs. Oyefunke Olayemi Adebayo. Just rise on your feet and come to the podium. Okay, please just rise on your feet as the PRO direct him.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. The Vice Chancellor will sit down a bit. There is an innocent error of omission on our part here. The chairman of the occasion, Dr. Akin Gumuye, will speak first. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, sir. I welcome the Director of Internal Audit of our university, Chief Mrs. Bosse Oyusami. Stand for recognition, sir.
Great Ife. Great Ife. Greatest Ife. I want to stand on a system protocol as established. I wonder why people stand on the system protocol. Why not sit on the system protocol? But that is what we have learned. You have to stand on the system protocol. And that means the protocol must be so strong with a good foundation for as many as want to stand on it. But having said that, I want to especially recognize the Vice Chancellor, Professor Bamire. He just left. All the Vice Chancellors here, particularly brother here, Osun State University, Professor Adeboye. My brother, Vice Chancellor, First Tech University, now Abiola Ajimobi. That's the way to immortalize somebody. You are welcome. The principal officers present, I hope you have not all left with the Vice Chancellor, but I know the protocol. The Dean of the Faculty of Agric, congratulations on this occasion. I want to say it's a good thing that during your tenure we're able to have this event. I don't know whether there's any journalist here. Even though I'm standing on the system protocol, I want to recognize all students of the great faculty. Are you all here? You are all welcome. I hope you are picking learnings from event. The PRO jokes sometimes ago about Faculty of Agric being the first in everything. Well, you are just correct, because the faculty was the first. When God was going to create the entire world, the first thing he created was plants and animals. So if plant and animal they were his first creation, you can not wonder why all these professors are becoming first in their respective. And of course, the faculty of itself is the very first for the university. So if we are the first, Faculty of Agric is the first faculty for the university, no wonder everything we are doing, we are being the first. And again, the Vice Chancellor said, we are now the contributors. When you say about our university, we are now contributing. Except he didn't mention my own university. I'm also from here, a product of our Faculty of Agric, and I'm now the Vice Chancellor of Mutual Benefit Assurance. At least I employed over 5,000 people. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome. This is just a reminder. The topic of today, I want to just read for 2 minutes. Oh, sorry, our guest lecturer, you are welcome. You're also from the plant science department. And my wife also is also from plant science department. She was supposed to be here today, but she is actually the chairman of ANCOPS. And they said all of a sudden they put a meeting for today. We plan to be here together. I came back from the United States of America yesterday, and all she could tell me, sorry, I can't come with you. And of course, I want to recognize my very good friend and brother, Tunji Olaleye. We came together. You are welcome, Tunji. I always love discussing agriculture within the context of my favorite career interest, entrepreneurship. There are several entrepreneurial opportunities for stakeholders within the agricultural value chain. A career in agriculture is not just a ladder, but a step that will take you to the top and also secure the future for you. Passionate entrepreneurs who are fully committed and engaged in value delivering agricultural business activities will definitely reap bountifully from the promising outcomes. In driving agripreneur and fully achieving the numerous benefits, we need to train, innovate, and challenge stereotypes. Training, adoption of technology, research, and modern ways of farming will add tremendous value to quantity and quality. We can fully navigate opportunities through cross-fertilization of ideas and experience, adoption of best practices, and great tools, as well as effective communication facilities for sharing information broadly will surely move us forward. Our challenges should be turned to big dreams and aspirations. Entrepreneurship will surely connect stakeholders within the value chain and value to them, equip and enable them to serve the customers better. It will indeed guarantee a more profitable and sustainable agricultural enterprises. I mentioned learning or training earlier. Entrepreneurs go after alternatives and develop ideas. They turn all those into productive and profitable businesses. They therefore need specialized training to become successful, training to understand and fully navigate the various initiatives. Also, practical application of qualities attained, innovation, creativity, and risk-taking will go a long way to increase productivity. Let me conclude my short remark with my thought on promoting rural entrepreneurship as a strategy to empower rural communities through individual, group, and cluster entrepreneurship. This is the only option that will make our rural communities economically viable. We must transform rural potentials by adding value to this productive and dynamic population through rural entrepreneurship. Let us bring together the organic farmers and fully exploit the very beneficial intrinsic value of their product. We can also open organic shops in these rural areas. Cottage industries, if fully developed, can grow into medium and large-scale businesses and surely become the backbone of Nigerian economy. The challenges of electricity and power supply, I believe, we can overcome through collaborative activities within the universities. I'm aware that Obafemi Awolowo University is now generating its own power. You promised some 5 years ago. I want to believe, is it active now? No, but at least through collaborative effort with all the within the faculties, I'm sure we can overcome power issues. We have comparative advantage in these various business activities. We have a full grasp of the knowledge of the terrain, human and other resources, and can therefore compete favorably. Let us drive in a performant manner rural entrepreneurship and thereby make our rural communities economically viable and Nigerian economy stronger. This will surely enable and ensure a better and productive managed ecosystem. I believe that our very distinguished lecturer, Professor Timothy Abiodun Adebayo, the Vice Chancellor of Ajayi Crowther University, will do justice to this very important topic. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome Professor Ajayi. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me just stand or sit, if you like, on the existing protocols. But I'll still single out somebody that has harassed us here this morning, and that's my brother from Osun State University. He came here with a battalion of supporters from Osun State University. And that's what I can call proximity harassment. So please don't worry, my brother from Oyo State. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the dean of the faculty, my senior at that faculty, Dr. Akin Ogunbiyi. I heard of his name in political arena some times ago. And the prayer that man made the other time, that one day he will be the first citizen of this state, I pray that it will come to pass in Jesus' name. When I talk and I say Jesus' name, you know I'm from Ajayi Crowther University. Thank you so much. 2 ways. When my certificate was being read, you were told that I am a trained teacher, a teacher. I have the PowerPoint with them, if it is being put up. If not, don't worry. I equally have something like monograph that will be distributed, but I will not do that now, so that you can listen to me carefully. If you are a teacher, you know what I mean by that. So the title of my talk today, on the occasion of the 12th Faculty of Agriculture, Obafemi Awolowo University, so to celebrate with you and faculty, and indeed the whole of Great Ife, I have returned home again. I was admitted in 1983 here. That was exactly about 40 years ago. So you can even guess what my age will be. I thank God I'm still here. Almighty God will be with all of us in Jesus' name. I said so before I started. I've returned home for this great faculty is my homestead, where my academic genealogy is rooted. This great university is my alma mater, the generous mother that nurtured me from the days of my academic infancy. I'm here today as a guest lecturer and awardee in my faculty and my university, OAU. And I must confess that I feel both elated and humbled by this experience. There is always that feeling of awe that overwhelms one on occasion of such august importance as the Faculty Lecture Week. I consider it one of the highest honors to be made Distinguished Faculty of Agriculture Ambassador. And I consider it to be a lifelong exercise of tests and examination commencing from this day. To be your distinguished ambassador in an examination in which I must not fail. Because if I represent you and I misrepresent you, it means that I have failed. But I promise I will not fail. You have identified me and others as a candidate that must not fail this examination. I thank you for the honor, and with your help and encouragement, and with the assistance of Almighty God, I will live up to the honor you have done me and bring more honor to both the faculty and the university. Obafemi Awolowo University has over the past 6 decades held for itself a well-respected reputation for producing some of the most creative and critical voices in the quest for progress and development in our dear country. It is the original home of the intellectual struggle for the birth of the Nigeria of our dreams. Another great effect is a counterfeit, as we affirm in our revolutionary anthem. Our commitment to learning is married to commitment to culture. You can see that one today. We have professors that are alumni of Great Ife, and you can see our real fathers as well, that also they are alumni of this Great Ife. If there is any faculty in this university where the marriage of learning and culture has been solemnized from the word go, and continue to produce and reproduce fruit and offspring of integrity and value, it is this great university. It is this great faculty of ours. There is culture in our name. We learn in the faculty of Agri and Culture. In order to sow a progressive culture in our land, all of these getting back to our villages, becoming farmers once more, and all of us, for the world is being threatened in a totally undeniable dimension at the moment, and the human existence is at the brink of precipice. It may all end sooner than all of us as projected, with the degradation that is happening to our ecosystem, the climate change, which we now understand to be unmitigated climate catastrophe, occasioned by our unrelenting assault on the Mother Earth and its resources. Let us not even comment about the possibility of nuclear war. We know there is a war going on between Russia and Ukraine now. It's like between the East and the West. In a world where powerful nations have mastered the act of destruction to the point where they take pride in threatening to turn the whole planet into a ball of fire. But can we start doing something about our present predicament? As commentator put it bluntly, agriculture makes civilization possible. But often it also damages the natural resources it relies on, that brings down the very civilization it once supported. I believe that this statement goes straight to the heart of the problem of sustenance and sustainability. And if you situate the issue within the framework of a self-sustaining system, perhaps utilizing the idyllic vision of a well-run village, we may begin to see more clearly why we need to return to our roots in sustaining ourselves and environment. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will talk about the global agrarian crisis. We live in a hungry world that gets hungrier by minute. Saharia et al. Observed that one of the primary concerns of the global agriculture over the coming decades should be to provide sufficient food to sustain increasing human population. We are all students of history. India is now wrestling with China to become the largest nation in terms of population. For us in Nigeria, the picture is more there as we seem to have advanced ahead of many of the rest of the world in not being able to feed ourselves. And more, Shaitan, writing in 1986, had this to say. I would have loved that it's projected, but it's not there. Today, Nigeria, like much of the rest of African continent, faces a grave socio-economic crisis. Central to this crisis is the near collapse of the agrarian sector in Nigeria, and indeed in Africa. Once major exporters of agricultural commodities to the world, Nigerians, like many other African countries, now becomes unable to produce enough food to feed themselves. Once heralded as the development engine of growth, the agrarian sector has now become the single most important factor to the further progress of Nigerian economy. And that's end of the quote by Shaitan in 1986. The situation after almost 4 decades is of much worse. It's of course much worse than did come to a head when in 2016 we, Nigerians, wrested from India the unenviable title of the poverty capital of the world, a position which were reported to have been relinquished back to India sometimes last year. But lest that should make anybody heave a sigh of relief, we must remind ourselves that the World Bank's document, Poverty and Shared Prosperity 2022, notes that in 2020, during which year, according to the bank, Nigeria had relatively mild economic shock, it was yet able to contribute less to the global increase in extreme poverty, about 3 million. About 3 million. The dry statistical facts ought to give us pause. In 1 year, in just 1 year alone, a year of relatively mild economic shock, Nigeria has added 3 million to the poverty line. Indeed, we can predict an exponential increase given the terrible shock that the Nigerian economy has suffered in the interval. Below, well, if you check, though it's not projected, I have a graph there that shows the trend, the global hunger index trend for Nigeria, which should disabuse us of any notion of better times at the moment in the nearest future. But it is the whole world that is now being hungry for food. It is the whole world that is now being hungry for food. Just as the COVID-19 pandemic has served a rude evidence of living in the global village for all of us. It started in China, and within a month, throughout the world, it spread just like fire. Other recent debacles of geopolitics have revealed that the flatness of our world in terms of critical challenges that threaten human well-being, in fact, human existence in the 21st century. All of these challenges exacerbate the global agrarian crisis. I want us to look at what McMackey guide us, and let him guide us through this maze, in which the world seems to have grown smaller, even the so-called big nations, while the smaller ones are the nightmare intensifies. At the end of 2018, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the inter-academic partnership involving about 30 national academies of science and medicine reported on what they identified as a broken global food system, giving rise to public health failures and obesity and ecosystem degradation. This broken system vested in centralized corporate control of inputs, productions, and circulation of foodstuff. Hello? Thank you so much. This broken system vested in centralized corporate control system input, production, circulation of food, especially grains, accounting for 60% of farming calories, concentrates in a few so-called bread baskets, including war in Russia and Ukraine. With war in Ukraine disrupting grain supplies, famine is even more likely. About 25 African countries import over a third of their wheat from Russia. And Benin and Somalia really, rely on them entirely. That is about 100% of wheat for Somalia and Benin. They are from Ukraine and Russia. This we will acknowledge as world news in brief, and we can see how it implicates an agrarian crisis with unmistakably there consequence for us in Africa. Nigeria is definitely not Benin or Somalia. Two African countries identify as relying entirely on Russia and Ukraine for their wheat supply. But we cannot deny the fact of hunger in our country today. The various societal crises, the way the country have resulted in debilitating agrarian catastrophe. Boko Haram crisis, for instance, is a food crisis for the whole of Nigeria. The crisis in the north has also affected the supply of food items in the south. Items such as vegetables, beans, groundnuts, potatoes, carrots, onion, and beef to the southern states of Nigeria. Although these southern states are also engaged in the production of food, there is not enough. This is not enough to meet the food needs. They have over the years relied on imports and additional supplies from the north to augment supplies of their daily food. There was a time crisis at Ubumosho end, and when the students blocked the road for about a day, trailers from the north could not reach Oyo, Ibadan, and Lagos. And on the third day, the dailies reported it, shortage of vegetables in Lagos and in Ibadan. And one wonders whether we in the southern states or the southern part of Nigeria cannot as well put what cannot produce what we need to eat. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the insurgency has drastically reduced food production in the northern states, with the multiplier effect being a reduction in the number of trucks conveying food from the north to the southern market and beyond. As a result, there has been food insecurity, not only in the north, but also in the southern part of Africa, Nigeria, but also in southern states and other parts of Africa, because the Republic of Chad rely on food production from the northern states of Nigeria. What I call the global dimension, the GLOCA, I call it GLOCA, not global. GLOCA dimension of agrarian crisis should be clear by now. By the GLOCA is meant simply the intertwined function of the global and the local. So short it to GLOCA. The way the local and the global have implications for each other. How the situation in the northern Nigeria, for instance, creates a situation in southern Nigeria. How the Russian invasion of Ukraine affects the price of bread in Ibadan and even in Ife here. We find ourselves in a particular ironic situation that the war in Ukraine should create an opportunity for agricultural profit, not for us, but for Ukraine. I want to say this. I want you to understand what I mean by this. You will remember, I'll still get to that, or I may jump it. You will remember in the early 70s and in the 90s, mid-90s, when there was war in the Middle East, we had what we call windfall from oil, because we were producing oil. But today, when there is war in Ukraine and Russia, that we suppose even to be benefiting from that crisis by importing food to that aspect, to that area, it is yet that country that is making a hell of money, even from other sectors of the world. No wonder, for about 1 week, they will say, well, they want to transport grains, and there will be ceasefire on the Dead Sea. So what we are saying, in a way, is that grains from Ukraine project, if you look at what we did in January, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the President and others, they signed a pact with Ukraine, and they call it Grains from Ukraine project, which is slated to take effect in February. So in essence, what I'm saying is that rather than for we, Nigerians, even to be exporting food items to all other areas, we still depend on the places where we have war. Must it be like that? We will talk about it. The repatriation of development and entrepreneurship to the village. What is needed at this moment are strategies for overcoming the particular form of dependency illusion. For, as Professor Teriba once argued, we cannot run away from the fact that development is a multidimensional process, which must be funded basically on a country's own capacity and domestic resources base, such that whatever foreign assistance is available in the pursuit of that objective is nothing but supplementary. What we are saying is that if we are able to produce our own wheat, and we are also able to produce our own beans, that's out here, and even onions and several other vegetables, that's out there. Whatever we import, whatever we get from other areas, will just be nothing but supplementary. This then, in a nutshell, should be the mandate of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development in Nigeria at federal and state level, and should guide the curricula of agriculture in our school and university and under development. Development should be repatriated to the rural areas. And to ensure this, we need to become what Michael says, rural activists. That is, we must have rural activists. And who are these rural activists? Activists for entrenchment of what I call developmental entrepreneurialism in our villages. Let me say this. In Ajay University, what we are now doing is that we have developed a maize. You have interest in that. We have Aku Seed Company, Ajay University Aku Seed Company, where the person trained by Professor Shola Ajay of First Technical University, also an alumnus of this great university, and alumnus of our own department, plant science. I'm talking of Moses Adebayo and others, Akambi and others in Aku. What we have done is that we have developed and we are trying to multiply proof vitamin A maize. I have samples. I will give samples to our dean, and I will give one sample to you as well, sir. And if anybody needs to buy it, oh, this is advertisement without payment. I mean, without paying a kobo. You want to buy, you can call on us. That is, we want to domesticate agriculture in all our villages so that we'll be able to have food sufficiency and dependency in our own area. And whatever we get from other areas, we just be to supplement it. For we cannot escape it at all. We are all villagers in Nigeria. There is always some place, each of us call our village. What is the condition of that place? We call our home, our village. You see, I'm proud to say that this is my home now, because this home is well, is good. And anybody can come there, and whatever you need, you get it there. Can't we replicate that one in our own villages? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, do they, our areas, have they not become dependent on food imports? When they produce cash crops, is it not on the old colonial pattern of sacrificing food sovereignty in order to cultivate export crops that are dependent on the whips of our external markets, from which profits are derived by middlemen and multinational corporations? I still remember in the 60s, my father would talk about cocoa board. And at that time, what they do is just to produce cocoa and coffee at the expense of all other crops. Meaning that when we produce that, although you can say, well, Obafemi Awolowo University, Obafemi Awolowo used that one even to develop the western regions and others. But do we have that one now? What we are saying in essence is that while we are doing that, I will still talk about it. We should also talk and be able to practice all other forms of agriculture that will give us even the food aspect of it. Not the one that the Europeans, the white men, the Chinese will come, they will buy. If you get to Bomosho and Bomosho areas now, cashew, everywhere, it's everywhere. Thank you, my prof. It's everywhere. And it is not the farmers that makes the money. It is the middlemen. And those people that have never even seen how cashew grow. Yes. And at the end of the day, we still go and buy rice, even from China. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, don't let me at the heart of agricultural transformation agenda of Nigerian government is the idea that agriculture should be business rather than development activity, and that efforts to grow the sector requires strategic direction rather than the pursuit of piecemeal. This is a program for agricultural development, lauded for its vigor, but far too often is underdeveloped countries. Development problems are diagnosed and expatiated upon ad nauseam, but nothing concrete gets done about them in the end. For this purpose of our thematic concern in this faculty lecture week, let me suggest that the paradigm of business and paradigm of development should be given the measure of emphasis in the agriculture transformation agenda. In this connection, the role of Faculty of Agriculture in all our universities cannot be overemphasized. Their role lies in training and reproducing the critical mass of rural activities to work for entrenchment of the double paradigm of business and development in our villages. Every village in Nigeria should be a bread basket. That's exactly what I'm saying. Every village must be a bread basket for itself and for others. That is, it should be able to sustain itself and provide sustenance for others food-wise. Even as Ukraine, under Russia invasion, continues to provide nutritional sustenance for their own countries and also for countries across the globe. I mentioned it yesterday, even now, earlier today, that the crisis in Ukraine is in a way affecting the price of bread in Ibadan and also affecting it even here in Ilefe. Last year, a loaf of bread, I think it sold for about 150 naira or so. And now is what? Over 1,600. Because we have bakery in my school, the student nearly revolted at a point. I said, let us just leave this bread making and look at it. If you go outside and buy bread, you will see bread that they will even paddle, even with all other ingredients that are not healthy. Thank you so much. The world finds itself in a moment of great crisis where Nigeria could have profited from windfalls coming from demand from oil and other agricultural products. But the opposite is the reality. We have no oil to sell to the world. Oil theft has put paid to that. In the case of food, we have nothing to supply to the rest of the world, even when we ourselves cannot even feed ourselves. Moment of crisis are opportunities, nevertheless. Although nobody prays for that, the sudden rise in food prices present us with opportunity for stepping up our researches into the food products available in different farming communities, on the basis of which each community can be turned into its own food basket, to itself and to the neighboring and far-flung communities. On diverse farming cultures, in conclusion, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a proposal. I would like to conclude with a proposal about the curriculum in the Faculty of Agricultural Sciences and Agriculture, because faculties of agriculture have grown monumentally over the years. But no matter the fate and extent of growth, scientists in our different fields, be it crop, be it in animals, be it in other areas, and some fields pursue interests that are never far removed from one another. My proposal in this conclusion relates to the convergence of overarching interests, our commitment to improving agricultural practices by way of research, pedagogy, and community intervention. The call to arms that we become rural activists. What I mean by rural activists is that you tell others, go back to your place, go back to farm. But let me say this, Abiola Ajimobi of blessed memory, sometimes about 7 years ago or so, he started a program in Ibadan called about 1,000 youths, sent them to IITA to go and learn the art of agriculture, of producing foods, agricultural foods and that. The very first week they went there, the second week, are we ready to go back to our villages? Are we ready to support farmers? Our academics, are we ready even to do research that will, in a way, tell our farmers and our communities, our villagers, that they need to produce food that they will eat? Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you for listening.
We can do much better.
Yes, thank you very much. We may be seated. Indeed, a very great lecture. And I wouldn't know if we can entertain just a question. In the absence of that, we go straight to the presentation of faculty awards. Questions or comments even from our real fathers? Questions, comment, suggestion, addition, subtraction. Kábíyèsí ẹ máa bọ̀. Ẹ bá ń ṣe kábíyèsí o.
Mo kí ẹ̀yin bàbá. Mo kí ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi nínú ilé. Àjíire bí. My belief is that we are all Yorubas. About community service in rural development. Àbí ẹ̀kọ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ sọ. Mọ̀ pé kì í ṣe gbogbo ara lè ṣe white collar job ni. Gbogbo wa kọ́ la lè ṣe white collar job. Àgbẹ̀ ni èmi. Mo ní oko kòkó tí mò ń dá fúnra mi. Àtẹ̀lẹ́wọ̀ mi lẹ̀ ń wọ̀ yìí. Láàárọ̀ yìí mo ti lọ sóko kòkó mi. Mo dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ fún ewúrẹ́ mi lóúnjẹ láàárọ̀. Àwọn ẹdìyẹ mi. Àti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ohun tí mo ní lẹ́yìn ìkùnlé. Kì í ṣe gbogbo nǹkan níjọba lè pèsè fún wa. Ṣùgbọ́n tó máa ń jọ mí lójú ni wípé bí a bá dé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ iléèwé gíga, a ó rí ẹgbẹ̀fúlẹ̀ ọmọ tó jẹ́ wípé ẹ̀kọ́ yìí nìkan là ń kọ́, research là ń ṣe, ṣùgbọ́n a ò fi sí ìṣe, a ò practice àbí practicalize láàpẹ̀ tó ráwọ̀ gbé. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a mú ní ọ̀kúnkúndùn wípé bí wíìtì ò bá wá láti Ukraine mọ́, tí búrẹ́dì ò ṣe é jẹ fún wa, kí ni ṣe wá táwa náà ò lè múra sí pákí wa ní gbígbìn. Akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jáde ní iléèwé ní yunifásitì yìí ní theatre arts ní ilé Ifẹ̀ ń bí. Kí n tó ní admission sílé ìwé yìí, mechanic ni mí, Kozi Automobile, opposite Adepetu Comprehensive College. Níbẹ̀ ni workshop gbangba yẹn. I have a big workshop. I have many apprentices. Nígbà tí mo lò ọdún mẹ́tàlá àbí mẹ́rìnlá níbi tí mo ti ń gbéra yílẹ̀, mo ní yẹ kí èmi náà ti ẹ̀tọ́ lé ìwé wò kí n tó padà ní admission sí ìwé yìí ní tíátà àti ìgbà yìí. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà náà, ó dẹ̀ ti bẹ́rẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀ ní pé ogún ọdún ni màá lòdì ṣe mechanic. Ogún ọdún mi pé gbogbo iṣẹ́ mechanic mo kó sílẹ̀. Oko yá, oko alele gbọnoko torí tó bá ti ní bùkátà tó pọ̀ tó bá jẹ́ pé owó oṣù tàbí ohun tí ò bá tó ẹ̀jẹ̀ nìkan ló dúró tì ó da tọrọ jẹ o àárín da tọrọ jẹ nígbà tí Ọlọ́run kọ́kọ́ dá ayé bàbá yẹn sọ iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lọ́lọ́run kọ́kọ́ ṣe ewéko ló kọ́kọ́ ṣe kí ni ló kọ́kọ́ dá a máa ṣàdúrà fún yín àdúrà yẹn náà mọ́ wa o ṣùgbọ́n fúnra wa ni ká mọ̀ pé kì í ṣe gbogbo ara lè ṣe ẹ̀ka ló táyì o ẹ mú ṣòkòtò yín ẹ mú àdá yín ẹ gbà pé tẹ́ ẹ bá gbé owó bẹ̀sẹ̀ tòlé tẹ́ ẹ dáko tẹ́ ẹ gbé pákí ebi ò nípa yín o. mo fẹ́ ṣènáwó lọ́dún kan ó pe lára àwọn ìyàwó mi pé mo wá sọ pé ẹ lọ ra tòmáàtì rúbútà ìṣe ntàbí ṣènáwó orí ẹ̀mí kan ló ní baba ẹ bá ràn wọn lọ́nà àti jìnnà ìjà lọ sí ọ̀nà kókò inú mi dùn gan àwọn ọmọ tí mo bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣàdúrà fún wọn torí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn jẹ́ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jáde ní universities wọn ò wá sọ wípé dandan iṣẹ́ ìjọba làwọn ń fẹ́ àwa tá a bára wa ní ọjọ́ yẹn ta fẹ́ ra tomatoes were about 25 àwọn ọmọ yìí ló ń ká tomato nínú oko wọn fúnra wọn oko tí wọ́n ti gbìn tẹ́ bá ti rí wọn ti máa mọ̀ pé akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jáde ni wọ́n ṣùgbọ́n wọn lè jalè wọn sì lè tọrọ jẹ wọ́n rò wípé kàkà kí n jalè kákókó fúnra wa sọ fàṣígbó kan nígbà tí ààrẹ pẹ tomato kan ní 7,500 tí àwa 25 jẹ́ wà lórí queue tàfẹ́rà 7,500 times 25 ẹ̀rọ tó jẹ́ ẹni èdè àwọn ọmọ yìí ní oko kùkúmbà watermelon potato wọ́n ń sin ẹdìyẹ wọ́n ń sin ẹja ṣé wọ́n lè tọrọ jẹ bàbá bí ẹ bá ti ń kó àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ ọkọ̀ yìí ẹ máa bá wa sọ fún wọn pé kí wọ́n má kọ̀ lásán lórí ẹni kan fi sí ìṣe àti àṣà. a rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn o Jésù Olúwa wa.
For those of you who allow women resources to be wasting, you can see that Kabiyesi is a gifted polygamist. Put your hands together and say Kabiyesi.
Of people, which include agricultural trainees. But what I've found out is that over the years, they're becoming very, they would drink, have been jammed. Let me just sit at the Department of Agric. And next year, I'll try again and go to the Department of Medicine or whatever. That's not it. It's not going to help us. So let us become rural activists, like the Prof said. Let's go back to our people. Look, I'll tell you one thing. I don't buy food, and tomatoes and whatever. I don't buy them any longer. And I have a harem. When I say harem, I'm not talking about his wife. No. I have poultry and animal farming in my school. So, and I see that that has reduced drastically the money I spend on food. If everybody can go, if we look at, we remember the gods are not to blame. When the Kabiyesi said, oh yeah, every one of you, take your cutlasses, go to the farm, cut this, cut that. The problem is in our staff. You see, I really thank God that I come here today. I have been coming. There's something open my. When I was serving in 1979, don't try and think about my age. Don't leave it. When I was serving, I was serving at Boko, and then to see the only university in Nigeria, all others are campus. And I said, what do you mean? Now I've added another one, Faculty of Agric, a place where vice chancellors are made. Thank you for making me to come here. God bless you.
Everyone, part of from legacy.
Good afternoon once again. We've listened attentively to the lecture, and I want to believe that each year that this program held, we all listen to it and we all go. I have challenged the Faculty of Agriculture, and I want to challenge the faculty once again. Albeit other faculties, I'm glad to know that he's a plant scientist that is the head of University of Osun State University. The plant scientist is the head of University of Technical University. And I'm glad to know that Faculty of Agriculture is now contributing to the rest of the world to actually live up to that appellation of our university. I want to encourage all of us. He said, we keep saying, you think agriculture belongs to the literate, to the old? I want to differ. When we were here some 30-something years ago, even before the world becomes more dynamic, because before, I'm talking of Bola Adeat and Benga James. He started poultry farming from a little background. And I can tell you, he employs over 400 people today. So which job do you want to create that you can employ that kind of people? Benga James, I'm sure you people who live in Badar will know him very well. He has never worked for anybody. Avian farms. The moment he graduated, he says, I'm not going to work for anybody. How do you get money to start? He started by making feeds. You know all this formula they taught us when we were in school? That was where he started. He was making feeds for farmers in Niwo there. And that was where he started. Now he has a big farm, Avian farms. Students, whether you're in agriculture or other department or other faculties, I want to tell you, agriculture is an employment on its own. Only if you are ready. But the challenge is, a whole lot of us were too much in a hurry to make money. When there is no foundation, there is nothing. The Bible has established it. There is nothing you can build on. So don't let's be in too much in a hurry. You can be a first-class graduate and be involved in Yahoo because you are looking for quick money. Whatever you don't have a foundation for will not last. I have a farm, a big commercial farm, and I can tell you, people they run the farm grand. On the name of, he has gone to Lagos and brought money. Let me steal my own and go. Just last year, my poultry farm, almost 25 million for production. The boys there when it was time to harvest, they killed all them for the faculty of Agric. I will want to see a project that will come out of this lecture, 5 million naira. When we were here, it was that farm that was that but cafeteria here. That farm when we were here, we were getting pigs from that farm, which all students will eat on Sundays. We are getting chicken, which all students will eat on Sundays from that farm. If you get there now, it's a chef of his own. But this guy donated 5 million naira. If you say you want alumni to support the university, to support the faculty, we must be able to see physical thing that comes out of whatever it is we give to you. So the 3 years after, I was asking, where is the piggery farm? I learned about 3 pigs, about 5 units of pigs. And what happened? Nothing. There is no point, there is no time that person will come back here and ask after that project. And you think we'll still give you money. Yes, I was able to paint, I didn't even know it was that long, paint the faculty. But the money I expended on painting that faculty building, if we have put it in an entrepreneurship something, it will have grown. So I wanted to put on my farm. I do nursery for oil palm. I do nursery for cocoa. And people come from as far as Kwara State to come and buy from us. Let's make that project viable. You can hang that project on this today's project and program. So that when we come next year, God's planning our life, you can come and see. We started with this 5 million. We have now grown it to 20 million naira revenue. We've grown, that is one area. So I don't want us to just be coming and we all disperse. Again next year, we come and we don't take anything out. The topic of this year is very apt. We know.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, you can do much for the chairman of this occasion. Permits me to recognize a very younger Aburo here. I just spotted him in the gathering. We were together in Oshobo. He was in secondary school when I already had my master's degree, but he's a grown-up person now. Kayode Igbalaye, where are you? Please stand for recognition. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. He's taller than me now. Kayode is a practical example, sir, of what an entrepreneur should be. When he was in Puli, Ibadan, his father, the late Chief Igbalaye, was running a printing press. Kayode will collect all the calendars and do it himself. Thank you, Abu. You will live long. On this note, we want to go straight to the award here. Please, we may not be able to read any citation because of our time. And may I please call on the dancer. Now, please, we would like to call on an encourager of colleagues who will get award of excellence for internship, student with highest score in Agric 400. Miss Angela Lua Blessing Adekola, and the Dean of the Faculty shall please come and present the award. Please, I want everything here. No, here. Because of Ayamabo. Please keep clapping for this lady as she's coming in. Sorry, if the fiancé is here, please come and join her.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Please, can we have a silence? Please, quiet. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We'll commence the award presentation. Faculty of Agriculture, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Best Internship Student Award. Presented to Anjola Oluwa Blessing Adekola, Part 4, Internship Student, SLM 2016-009. In recognition of your outstanding performance and best student in AGR 400 Farm Project in 2021-2022 Farm Practical Year. This day, Thursday, 11th May 2023. Congratulations.
Sorry, the Dean, sir. With the kind permission of my Vice Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor of Osun State University, may I ask Prof, the Provost, please come and join this lady for photograph. And the HOD. The HOD. Internship coordinator. Now please, you will take that picture again. Please hold on. Are you true? Thank you very much. Award of Excellence in Service, Professor O.K. Adekunle. And I would like to call on Professor Simeon Deyinka to please come forward to do the presentation. Professor Simeon Deyinka, where are you? Okay, Prof. Please, let's put our hands together for, please come on stage here. Professor Deyinka was a former Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture, a former member of Council of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife.
All protocols duly observed. It gives me great pleasure to make this presentation of Excellent Performance Award to our articulate former Dean, a man of God and a brother, Professor Ojo Kolawole Adekunle, in recognition of your outstanding performance as the Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture. Congratulations.
Yes, we go to the Faculty Ambassador Award, and of course, may I humbly ask His Excellency Dr. Akingunwi to please stand for recognition and come forward here for the presentation to all the Faculty Ambassador awardees. And the first person I would like to call is Professor A.S. Bamire, the Vice Chancellor of AU. The VC is attending to some other guests of the university, and I call on Professor Rokwa Akifala to please come and stand in for the Vice Chancellor.
Can you all see the Vice Chancellor standing? Distinguished Faculty Ambassadors Award presented to you today, Professor Adebayo Simeon Bamire, the Vice Chancellor of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, in recognition of your leadership achievement as Vice Chancellor. This day, Thursday, 11th May 2023. Vice Chancellor, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
No, a close up. No, sir. Professor Akinfala, they've called you VC now. Just say amen to it. Because somebody may just establish a university in your hometown. Just be the VC. Then I call on our and of course to our guest lecturer, who is also one of the awardees, Professor Timothy Adebayo, the Vice Chancellor at Ajayi Crowther University, Oyo. Sir, I need to present Gbogbo. Dr. Akingunbi, yes, you, sir. Ìtànjẹ́kọ́.
Our dear guest lecturer, you have just not shown us why you are an ambassador of this place. The lecture you gave today was very outstanding. You did justice to the topic, and we are very grateful to you. Again, I present this to you, Distinguished Faculty Ambassadors Award, presented to Professor Timothy Abiodun Adebayo, Vice Chancellor, Ajayi Crowther University, Oyo, in recognition of your leadership achievement as Vice Chancellor. This day, Thursday, 11th May 2023. Congratulations.
The classmates that are here, please come and join the Vice Chancellor. Please put your hands together for them. You know the meaning of classmates now? Yes, all of them. Thank you very much. Professor Adebayo values what you call friendship. Yeah, since Old Testament era. Yes. The next person I would like to call. Please, before then, permit me to recognize Director of Works, Osun State University Engineer Ade Adepoju. He's an alumnus of this prestigious university. And I call on the Vice Chancellor, distinguished Professor Clement Odunwayo Adeboye.
What else can we say? A man of excellence, a man that is committed to work, a man that is committed to entrepreneurship development. Distinguished Faculty Ambassadors Award presented to Professor Odunwayo Clement Adeboye.
Just call it the way you want, sir.
Wọ́n ní hàn rẹ̀ kọ́ yan ní kíni, hàn rẹ̀ yan ndí, iyì rẹ̀ yan lórí. So don't blame me if I call it anyhow. Lápá yan ndí tán yan lórí ni, màá mọ̀ pé Adébóyè ni. How do you pronounce it? Adeboye. Okay. Professor Odunwayo Clement Adeboye. Ṣé mo bá? Oh, okay. So ká máa retí ìjọ tẹ máa di kábíyèsí ló kù báyìí o. Vice Chancellor, Osun State University, Osogbo, in recognition of your leadership achievement as Vice Chancellor. This day, Thursday, 11th, 2023. Congratulations.
With the kind permission of the chairman, may I ask that the principal officers and the provost and deans please come forward first. Don't worry. The principal officers and the provosts. That's why I'm making it 2 sets. Are we through? Camera? Yes, thank you. Please, visit stay. Others, please come and join from Union Osun. Now, please, camera, hold on, camera. Power marble. Madam Amabo, can you look back? Yes, Yes, the VC said he has 2 of his classmates here. Please come and join him. 2 of his classmates. Femi Ajayi. Oníjàngbọ̀n. Thank you very much. Please, with the kind permission of the chairman, please, the classmates, come back. VC, please come. Oh yeah, please take the VC and his classmates. I want to camera. Please, the Vice Chancellor, Ajayi Crowther University, please come. You and your classmates as well. Please. I want to leave you. I can do one GBT. Thank you very much. I would like to call on my brother, my friend, an enigma, an orator, the only person that I know that is black and shining, ebony, attractive and handsome. Professor Sunday Adeshola Ajayi, the Vice Chancellor, First Technical University.
The description that the PR has just given you qualifies you for, I want you to be like that Kabiyesi that has 6 wives. Madam is not here, so let's do the coup. Okay. Distinguished Faculty Ambassadors Award presented to Professor Sunday Adeshola Ajayi, Vice Chancellor, First Technical University, Ibadan. Now Abiola Ajimobi Technical University. In recognition of your leadership achievement as Vice Chancellor, this day, Thursday, 11th May 2023. Congratulations.
They're the classmates. Oh yeah, come, the classmates. Olombo yẹn. Gbogbo wọn náà ń bọ̀. Àgbáyé. Sir, Professor Sani is not around here. Is Professor okay? Now, the man coming to join them here is a demonstration of somebody that works in the Faculty of Agriculture. That is Professor Sisababatunde. I like him. He advertises the faculty. Are you true, camera? Thank you very much. Oh yes, please. Yes, from TechU. The mentees, if you are here, please come and join. I want to use this medium to recognize somebody who looks ageless, evergreen. Egbon above 70, body father yibi. Stand up. Let them see you. Face them. Face them. Because if you see now, he's above 70 years of age. And it will be, Egbon doesn't walk, Egbon bounces. Hey, Hija. Thank you very much. Yes, unto whom much is given, much is expected. Please, we want to have the award, the departmental award now of Crop Production and Protection Award. And I call on Babatunde Sosa, please come forward. Don't go yet. The department decided to honor their own for producing, being the only department that produced 4 vice chancellors in the faculty of agriculture. 3 vice, Yes, they are. Okay. The chairman, the dean, and the head of the department, Professor Yes Bamire, please, Rocco Akinfala, you're standing for the vice chancellor.
Great Ife. Articulate Ife. Permit me to stand there or sit on this existing protocol. Anyone that you want to do. I would like to give a short background remarks. Before I give that, I want to ask all staff members and students of the that great department to stand up for recognition. Crop production and protection. If I say CPP, you say on top. CPP! 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 Thank you. You can have your seat. We are not playing politics. It's a fact. The only department in this university having 3 vice chancellors. And we are still counting. Before the end of the year, you are going to hear another news from that department again. Like I said, I need to give background information or remarks. Actually, we planned this award for our vice chancellor last year, July. But because of the protracted ASU strike and the economic situation in the country, we had to postpone it. Since then, we've been trying to get these people, these academic gurus, together to give them this award, but it has not been easy. It's a very serious challenge. One will be in Canada today, another will be in US tomorrow. Now we now seek permission of the dean to use this platform to celebrate our own. Mr. Dean, sir, thank you for giving us this opportunity. We are also going to honor our vice chancellor, though our guys from AEC. Like I said earlier, CPP is having 3 vice chancellors today. Out of the 4, we have 3 from, and 2 of them they are on loan to another university. When the loan is repaid, we are going to withdraw them back to the department. On this note, I will do the first 2, while the iron lady of our department, Dr. Mrs. Uluwaroti, will do the remaining 2. Obafemi Awolowo University Ile-Ife, Department of Crop Production and Protection, Award of Excellence. Presented to Professor Adebayo Simeon Bamire, Vice Chancellor, Obafemi Awolowo University Ile-Ife. In recognition of your grand achievements in the academia and dedication to the service to humanity. Give it this day, 11th day of May, 2023. Congratulations.
Again, we have this one.
Obafemi Awolowo University Ile-Ife, Professor Adebayo, please. Department of Crop Production and Protection, formerly Department of Plant Science, Distinguished Alumni Ambassador Award, presented to Professor Timothy Abiodun Adebayo, Vice Chancellor, Ajayi Crowther University, Oyo, Nigeria, as a distinguished alumnus of the department, and in recognition of your sterling achievements and contributions to the academia, if it is the 11th day of May, 2023. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Now the Iron Lady of the department.
I want to start on existing protocol. At this junction, I want to call upon Professor Odwanyo Clement Adeboye for the award. I count it a rare privilege, sir, to be called upon to give this award to you, being my teacher during my undergraduate days. On behalf of the Department of Crop Production and Protection, formerly Plant Science, we want to give you this Distinguished Ambassador Award as a distinguished alumnus of the department and in recognition of your sterling achievements and contributions to the academia.
You know why I stood up when the head of the department said members of staff should stand up? It's because myself and Professor Ajayi, our lives, except in the hand of God, is in the hand of this head of department. If he says there is no permission to go on secondment, there is not anybody can do. So, and two, Dr. Kyogibi, the wife and myself, we were classmates in this university.
Thank you very much. So, ladies, when your boys approach you, just listen. You never can tell. Are you true? Thank you very much. The last but not the least here.
Since standing on existing protocol, the next award this afternoon is to one of my mentors in the department, Professor Sunday Adeshola Ajayi. I also count it a privilege to be able to give this award. I just came back from outside the country. I said, how? I'm the one called up to do this job this morning. We are, on behalf of the Department of Crop Production and Protection, formerly Department of Plant Science, I'm giving this award, Distinguished Ambassador Award, to Professor Sunday Adeshola Ajayi as a distinguished alumnus of the department and in recognition of your sterling achievements
and contributions to the academia. Congratulations, sir.
I don't know if that is also part of plant production and protection. Crop production and protection. Yes. Please, Badashola, Ekpada, all the awardees to please come up here to take photograph with the chairman and the dean of the faculty. All the awardees, please come. Please bring your awards with you. Bring your awards with you. I don't know if it is a coincidence. My sister that presented the award to the last two persons, I'm looking at her and I'm looking at the height of the other person. I say, this is production and protection. You see the HOD, see Shola Ajayi. I love this. Please, Elosibe. No, please. Now, please bring the award here. Yes, thank you very much. Now, please, you do me a favor. Please, you can go and sit down. Agbaye, my sister, you can go and sit down. Let our royal fathers come and take photograph with them. Please, after the group photograph, the KBC will take group photograph with the only lady there. Okay, you're done. Okay, now please, the lady with KBCs. Thank you very much. Aṣọ rẹ̀ jọ aṣọ KBC tán wọ white yẹn. Please, I'm harmless. Now, please, the Global Comms, Mr. Vice Chancellor, just two of them from Lagos. They said they want to take photograph with you. Yes, sir. Please. Okay. He says he's also an alumnus of the faculty. Please bring the award here. The second person is coming here. Okay. Now, please, I'm just trying to put heads together here. You do me a favor within the next 5 minutes. We are running off this program. Responses, good messages, and faculty support announcements from the awardees. So we initially talked whether somebody will respond on behalf of the awardee, but the Vice Chancellor at Ajayi Crowther University has something to say first.
The chairman of this occasion, my colleagues, vice chancellors, the royal fathers are present. Everybody, I recognize you. Well, I have given my own token to the dean of the faculty. But my classmates, all of us that we graduated from Faculty of Agriculture in 1988, they promised that we want to initiate and complete a project. Today, we have contributed about 2 million naira, and we want to deliver that to the dean as well. So thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Now I understand. My dean, you see your other vice chancellors privately. Yes, the chairman's closing remarks as I hand over this microphone to Dr. Akin Ogunbiyi.
I want to thank God Almighty for making this occasion possible and for giving each and every one of us the grace to witness it. In the course of the program, the PRO prayed that the chairman committee of deans will not have a job to do here. And I think God has answered that prayer and he has gone. I want to appreciate God and appreciate every one of us who has been a part of this program. The faculty annual faculty lecture is actually a milestone for every dean, and I'm happy that Professor Farnide was able to achieve it. I want to thank okay, if you are clapping very well. I want to appreciate Mrs. Farnide. He's also a professor. Professor by marriage. Okay, the PRO says Professor Mrs. Farnide, Professor Dr. Mrs. Farnide. We want to appreciate you for the support. They said behind every successful man, there is always a woman. But I wonder what a woman is doing behind this handsome man. I'm sure she's always in front. Abi, Baba? We appreciate you. I want to appreciate the Vice Chancellor and the principal officers for creating time to grace the occasion. He was here early. In fact, we came here much more early before the program started. That was the kind of commitment and devotion he has to the faculty. We thank him and his principal officers. I want to appreciate all the awardees, starting with my brother. My brothers now, because I'm just knowing Professor Ajayi for now. Oh, they say you are a fabulous man. I will not be doing justice if I don't thank our lecturer. I've made comment earlier that you did justice to the topic. I know it's not easy these days. When you are just on your own, you can write bundles of papers. But now that you are saddled with running a university, to create time to do this, I know it's an arduous task. But you have done a wonderful job. We say thank you to you. I want to appreciate all the planners of Agric annual lecture, this 12th series. I say kudos to all of you for a wonderful job. And I want to appreciate our royal fathers, KBACs, Esheo, one Irukere Odokini, Tebas Olodo KBAC mi, Olu of Ile Ogbo, one Irukere Odi Okene, no, Irukere Odi Gba, about yóò di gba yóò sọ pé òun fún ẹ nínú ọgọ́rùn-ún ẹnu igba yẹn because it's already 60, so if you add igba to it that means it's going to be 260. He said once it's 75, the rest is bonus. Kábíyèsí ọjọ́ yẹn adalẹ́ o, àwọn ẹ̀sìn ọba ó jẹ́ kó pẹ́ o, gbogbo bí tẹ́ ti ń ṣe àṣẹlé lórí ìjẹ̀gbọ̀n ní ti bẹ̀sẹ̀lẹ̀ o, a dúpẹ́ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. I want to appreciate the master of ceremony, the great man himself, my PRO. I'm sure you've seen he done a wonderful, wonderful job. There was no dull moment. I want to thank you. And again, I thank the Dean. I appreciate every one of us. Come next year, ojú gbogbo wa ní òṣòdì orí o. Àwa láyé, àwa lálàáfíà. Ìtura Ọlọ́run á máa bá gbogbo wa o. Bá dẹ̀ ṣe ń padà lọ, àníyànnà kó kú. Ìjàmbá ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́nikẹ́ni o. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Now, please, I call on the Vice Dean, Professor Ibakari, to give the announcement. The chairman has given us the vote of thanks. It's appreciated, all of us.
Okay. Good afternoon, all. I want to say Kábíyèsí to our Babas. We thank you for coming. We appreciate you, though the vote of thanks has been done by the chairman of the occasion. I just want to appeal to us for taking much of our time. And I want to say we appreciate you all. If not for your presence, this event wouldn't have been as colorful. The program continues tomorrow because it's a week-long program. We have had the conference for 3 days. Today, the faculty lecture, and tomorrow, alumni interaction. And that starts 3 p.m. Between 3 p.m. and 5, that is alumni interaction. Dinner is for 6, between 6 and 10 p.m. tomorrow. So we thank you all for coming. We appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you.
Shall we please stand for the second stanza of the national anthem, which is the national prayer. O God of creation, direct our noble cause. La 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 la. Let's go. O God of creation, direct our noble cause. Guide us, lead us right, help our youth the truth to know. In all and honesty to grow and live in just and true. The lofty identity to be the nation, where peace and justice shall reign. Great anthem. La 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 la. Let's go. Great fair, Africa's most beautiful. We are conscious, vigilant, progressive, alert against our oppression. Oh, whatever but power would never forget. In our culture, sports and struggle. All right. I love you, Dory. Please, in the name of the chairman and the dean of the faculty, I want to apologize sincerely for those who graduated from the university that do not have an anthem. Good afternoon and God bless you.